Hi, I'm Streaky, this is Metropolis Mastering. Today I'm going to give you my tips on how to be more productive in the studio. So here's my ideas on how to be more productive whilst you're in the studio. These videos, especially this one, is more about me than you. It's to remind myself of things to do every day when I come into the room. So for me, I need to be quite productive. I'm usually on an hourly rate. My customers pay by the hour, so I need to be fast. Not from the point of view of the actual work, but the point of view of they walk in the door, bang, hello, nice to meet you, chat about the music, get into the music, do the track as quickly as I can to the point where I know everything's going to be working and everything's right, so that I can get the sound that I want and get it as fast as possible, so that they're not spending 4 hours of their money and time on one track. So what I need to do is be more productive by doing that. So what I make sure I do is have all my equipment laid out in the right way, which we've discussed before. This works for I think this works for recording, mixing and mastering. I don't see any difference in being productive in the studio. I think that's it's the key fact to be able to get more work in, be able to turn it round quicker, be able to keep the sound consistent. I've spoken about consistency before, to build up your sound, to build up your name. So I always have my equipment in the same place so I can get to it quickly. I know all the leads are working. I know that everything's plugged in how I left it the night before. I have settings on my computers that are the same, so that I can come in, 5 minutes of setup time, and I'm bang, ready to go. I can get the sound I want. The speakers are in the right place. I'm sitting in the right place. I think that it's a good idea to have a good seat. This one is the NS10 of seats. Everyone has these in the studio, but you need to be comfortable. You're sitting in it for 10 hours. Take regular breaks. I always take regular breaks. If you're working for half an hour solid, it's best to take 5 minutes out, go to the toilet, make a cup of tea, do something to get your head out of that space, to refresh yourself before you start going round and round in circles. It's easier for me because I'll do one track at a time, so that track might last, say, 45 minutes, and then I can naturally take a break. But if you're mixing or if you're recording, that's a lot harder to do because you're working with an artist. Especially mixing, you might go round and round and round for hours. So take those breaks. Good thing is put a timer on for 45 minutes and then have a 5-minute break and then come back. Try and keep your distractions down. Turn the internet off. Keep a light on the door to do not disturb for those times where you need the blocks of time that you're working. You know, people coming in and talking isn't great. What else would I suggest? I always make sure that this is a weird one, but I always make sure that I'm dressed for the occasion, which is weird. I'm not dressed up in a suit or anything, but when I'm coming to work, I think that being ready and being in that mindset of work, this is where I'm going. For example, when I used to work from my studio at home, I could be working in the evening, sitting in my underpants, nice thought, and and it's not really it wasn't a great working environment. I wasn't going to work in the morning. Keeping regular times, that's important for productivity, getting your head into habits. And so dressing is one of those things where dress for the occasion. If you dress up, put your shoes on, go to work. If you've got a end of the garden studio, you should be getting yourself ready, going to work, coming back, doing your thing. Having distractions as children coming in and stuff like that was always a pain. So I would just say it's just keeping a mindset on all these things, getting into regular good habits of working so that you can be fast. Have time, those time blocks I'm talking about, have time blocks set aside for setting up new equipment, setting up new plugins, getting used to stuff. You don't want to be doing plugins at the same time as you're trying to mix or master. You should be doing that on your own free time and setting that time aside. Don't waste hours on that. Just put a little bit of time aside. Stick to the same equipment all the time. Have your favourite settings, because then you can work faster. You know the sound you're going to get. So I think that's kind of covered a load of little productivity tips that I do. If you've got any more, put them in the comments. I'd like to hear how you stay productive in the studio. Let me know any videos you want me to make. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Until next time. Goodbye.